How you doing?
Yo,
Yo, can you hear me?
chilling.
Yo, yo, yo. Okay, I guess Try's fixing up his shit. How's everyone doing in the chat? What's good, everybody? Okay, so Try's fixing up his laptop. So Trump got indicted. Wow. Trump got indicted. More than a woman. All they say is that he was charged with a crime so far. So yeah, he's probably gonna get. But we'll see how this goes. I'm not gonna keep my fingers crossed. But at the moment, I do have a few announcements. I am currently working on 3 new shows for this channel. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to debut one of them sometime this weekend. I've just been so busy. Work, music. Just been all over the place. Can you hear me?
We're gonna try this again. I'm back.
Yeah, because at first I thought it was me at first. I just changed to my hotspot last minute. I thought it was me at first.
No.
But yeah, man. So how you doing?
I'm good.
So
I'm chilling.
I feel you. So I could get a new job. I could be going back to my two job route, man.
Okay.
I might be a real estate photographer.
A real estate photographer. Okay.
Real estate photographer. I say to myself, I might be the only nigga that have different jobs in different alleys. You know what I'm saying? I was a librarian, a model, a cafeteria worker, hotel worker, a waiter, a graduate assistantship. You know what I'm saying? Right. Now, I might be a real estate photographer. Jesus Christ! How do I fucking do this shit?
I never heard of a real estate photographer, but you do your thing.
I never heard it too. I had to tell some white lies just to get this position. Honestly, I didn't.
Right.
I mean, well, not like some of it. I just sprinkled up the truth a little bit. Let's just say that.
Right.
You know me.
White lies. Little white lies don't kill everybody.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm about to start this shit in about 5 minutes. It's not gonna be too long of you because I gotta handle some bullshit. But Trump just got indicted, y'all.
Indicted, yeah.
Oh, and that's the word, indicted. Excuse me. Okay.
Indicted.
I said indicted. Damn. Damn. Y'all just gonna let me like fuck myself up, right? Like y'all have my back.
Yeah, you know what you're doing. Lord.
Shit, y'all just gonna let me fuck myself up and shit. Okay.
Yeah.
I saw Trump in handcuffs. I'm just like, yo, this day just keeps getting better and better, yo. That boy about to be locked up with That boy about to be locked up with R. Kelly and shit.
But not R. Kelly.
But yo, I don't give a fuck what no one says. My hip hop collection has gotten so deep, man. I just went digging today. I can't believe I found that certain album. I'm just like, what the fuck?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
The one you showed us? The one you showed us?
The one I showed you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, by us you mean the group me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one, that's the one. And the crazy thing, I don't even like that album. I just got it for my collection, and
I'm surprised you got it. I'm like, what? You got this? Why? You know?
Hey, I told you this collection I got. I know I say this every time, but I got some off the wall. I'm going back to my off the wall shit. I told myself, yeah, I told myself I was gonna buy some vinyls, like 3 blind buys, and 3 albums that I can really know and shit. And the blind buys are worth it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Wow. I think you were blind when you picked that up. You know what I'm saying? That's something that I think you made a mistake by picking it up. You know,
it's a collector's item. Hey, you know how many bad albums? You know how many bad albums I got in my collection and shit?
Oh God, Lord, I can imagine.
But like I said, I'm a hip hop head.
Yeah, I know.
I'm a hip hop head and shit. So
unfortunately, there's some bad albums that hip hop heads shouldn't have in their collection.
Shit. You know what, Q? I was just thinking about doing a review on that Master P album sometime. Listen to Ghetto D, okay?
So this is the last disco review, or what else we got coming up?
Oh no. The last disco review is
Sunday.
Yeah, technically the last disco review is the Gloria Gaynor album, but that's gonna be the week after next. But the last disco review, like of this month, will be like Shalimar's first 2 albums. That way, that can transition us into talking about Shalimar and shit.
All right.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, I'm just gonna get straight to the hip hop. I just got my schedule too.
Nice.
So yeah. Let's let you know we're gonna do reviews on artists that we never talked about next week. One from the East, one from the West, and one from the South.
See, we're not biased over here.
Yeah, unlike some motherfuckers and shit.
Unlike motherfuckers that want to call me out, and if it wasn't for me, they wouldn't even have a fucking group chat. Remember that shit when you screaming your little group chat name and shit.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut on that.
They ain't know nobody. All the connects they got is from me. Let's keep it a stack. Everybody, half of them people that's in the group chat that they know is because of me.
Shit.
But you see, I'm a humble motherfucker. I don't call out nobody yet. You know.
Right.
It ain't about no region over here. It's about the music at the end of the day.
Right. All right, I'm about to start this motherfucker. I'm ready. You got the album, right?
Yep.
All right. Well, I'm ready whenever you are.
All right. Let's go.
What's up, YouTube? How's everyone doing? In case you guys have been under a rock, my name is Reg. You know, aka the slick motherfucker, hardest working man on YouTube. And this is right here. It's Tribero Gigolo, the instigator, the shit talker himself. How you doing, boss?
The artist formerly known as Tribero Gigolo. I'm just going by Tri now. It's no more Tribero G. It's just Tri.
All right. Artist formerly known as Tribero Gigolo. All right. Yes. So we're gonna come back to our favorite falsetto brothers, the Bee Gees. You know what I'm saying? You know, we're going to talk about the Children of the World album.
Yes.
This album came out in 1976. 1976. Yeah, 1976. You know what I'm saying? As you can tell, I don't have the album. Try got the album, so I don't have to share the album cover. This album came out while they were under RSO Records. You can pretty much say this was like their this is part of like their fucking transitional period when they went for the more R&B and soul kind of vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like I thought it was gonna be it had a little disco, but this time they were still under the R&B umbrella, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? This album was known for singles such as "You Should Be Dancing," "Love So Right," "Boogie Child," and "Children of the World." In case you guys don't know, the the Bee Gees consist of Barry, Robin, and Maurice Gibb. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. Yeah, this album has 10 tracks. So while they were working on this album, you know, they were going, like I said, they were going through a transitional period, and their manager Robert Stingwood had ended the U.S. distribution with Atlantic Records, and pretty much, they were trying to look for like a new sound. And they're looking for a new sound, so that's when they got in producer Richard Perry at first. But then after a couple of weeks, they had like a lot of creative differences, and they wanted just to like produce the albums themselves. With of course Barry Gibb being the lead, and they also had people like Albie Gallatin and Carl Richardson on the production as well too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like I said before, when we talked about Saturday Night Fever, I pretty much talked about what led up to this album. So if you guys want to know more, rewatch that Saturday Night Fever soundtrack. But let's just get right straight down to it. Yeah, classic soundtrack. And you know what? I might be controversial tonight.
Uh-oh.
Part of me likes this a little bit better than Saturday Night Fever.
Uh-oh.
I mean,
that's never good when you say that.
I get it. Saturday Night Fever is the disco magnum opus. I get it. But if I had to pick artistically their best album, it might be this one.
Can we talk about this album cover and how they look like aviators on this album cover?
They look like the fucking Wright brothers and
shit. The G4 with Tom Cruise and go, flying.
Right.
What's up with the album cover, yo? Like no shirt, leather jacket, scarf. What aviators dressing like this back? I guess back then they was. I don't know.
Well, some aviators still carry that kind of.
They're missing the shades though. They're missing the shades. They needed the sunglasses, but
no, they're missing the
Top Gun look.
The airplane hat.
The hair, right? The hair, Babby got the hair. It's crazy.
Yeah, man, but I don't know why. I always like aviator style. I don't know why though.
I mean, when you could pull it off. I mean, you could pull off the aviator polo look. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know anything other than that.
Got you. All right, so pull up the rest of my notes. All right, there we go. Now, I have like, you know what I'm saying? So, and the first one might be the banger that it is. You should be dancing. Yes.
Yes.
This, you know what I'm saying? It also, you guys should know, it was also on the Saturday Night Fever soundtrack as well too, if I'm not mistaken. And it was the only track from the group to top the dance charts. Excuse me. And that's crazy. That's crazy as hell. Because you would think like with all the other songs, like Staying Alive and all that shit, this would be the only song to top the dance charts. But again, I guess it is what it is. Very, very dope track right here. Again, I talked about this track when we did Saturday Night Fever, so this is a very good track. Love it.
Classic. Great song. Start off the album, nice beat, guitars, pianos. definitely a one of like a great disco track. You know, it was also on the soundtrack for Saturday Night Fever. So yeah, this is great.
Right. Yeah, very, very great disco track, you know what I'm saying? But it gets better after, track number 2, You Stepped Into My Life.
You stepped into my life.
Yes, yes,
Fire.
yes. Probably one of the more soulful tracks,
Hmm.
in my opinion. Um, very, very I love the usages of the instrumentation on this album. I just want to say that now.
Yeah.
That clean synths and keyboards pretty much gave it a more R&B funky kind of feel to it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna lie, they had a little Barry White influences on this
Right.
album. Like a lot of Barry White kind of influence. There was like a lot of like that. I was expecting Barry Gibb to go on his little deep voice or some shit like that, but you know what? He just stuck to the falsetto and shit. So pretty much the song is about them like being happy that they met the lover and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? But then at the same time, the way that they're feeling, they're kind of feeling just brings them to like an ecstasy kind of feeling. You know what I'm saying? So a very, very cool song. I like it.
Yeah, it was definitely a great track. I love the beat for it, and you know the bass line for it. Barry killed it. You know, it was definitely one of my favorites on this album, and the production was great. Definitely like throughout the album, like a lot of the songs on this album, I definitely love the production. It wasn't necessarily disco, but you had your disco moments. But like this is like a great song that wasn't a disco track like the first song on the album. So I thought it was great.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. All right, track number 3, Love So Right. Um, Again, this was another very great song right here. Not really one of my favorites, but
Uh,
vocally they did their thing on this one, so I like it.
Nice ballad. I love the strings on it and the beat, the guitars. It had almost like a country ballad sound to it. You know what I'm saying? Like if they were
Right,
doing country, it would have like a country ballad is what I like to call it, and real nice tempo to it, and you know, I love the way that they were singing it. You know, how could love so right to not to be so wrong. Just a classic ballad. You know what I'm saying? And Barry had the voice that he could switch it up from disco. When you hear like "Staying Alive" or you hear "You Should Be Dancing," and then when you hear a ballad like "Love So Right," it was like he just had that voice that could cross over to other genres. So I thought it was a great record.
definitely, definitely a very great record.
Yeah.
All right, ooh,
You stepped into my life.
all right. Track number 4, we got Lovers. Another very dope, smooth song. This time it wasn't just Barry singing. Robin also assisted
Mm.
as well too. Um, Definitely did their fucking thing on this track right here. Again, has more of like a Barry White instrumentation kind of feel to it. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
very, very, very dope song.
I love it had a nice groove to it. It was real funky. You got the horn arrangements on it. There was a voice on there that the guy sounded real creepy and almost like a pedophile. Okay, that's not Barry's voice. What brother is that? Is that Robin?
It must have been Robin. Yeah,
Like on the chorus, like Barry is singing the chorus, and then there's like a second voice on the chorus, and he's like, "Oh, I got to make you understand." I'm like, "What? Where did that come from? Like, where did that creepy voice come from?" You know what I'm saying? It's almost like they were singing the song to a female, and then like here comes this creepy voice out of nowhere, and scaring the chick off. before you get her number. You know what I'm saying? That
Right.
part to me, I feel like that part wasn't needed. They could just did without the second voice, but I think it's a great song though.
Yeah, very, very, very great song. All right. Track number 5, Can't Keep a Good Man Down. Um, Again, another cool song right here. You know what I'm saying? Barry and Robin also was singing this song and shit. So yeah, this was a very hot track. I like it.
Yeah. No, you can't keep a good man down. I love that. Love the chorus. It's real catchy. The beat as well was nice. The horn arrangements on it, the bass line. This should have been a single. I think they had some songs on here that could have been singles as well. But
Yes.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, yeah, they could have had like more singles, but I guess they were still testing the sound out
Right,
just for the masses and shit.
right.
All right. Um, then we got fucking Boogie Child. That's the next track right here. Again, another like this is like a more disco song, more funkier, the funkier side too. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, man. Like this was a very hot record right here. I love the bass line. I love the synths that was used on this track right here too. So, yeah, very good.
Really nice beat. It was more edgy. Had a more edgy, rock type of feel with the guitars and implemented on the song. And like when I hear it, it reminds me of like something I think Queen would have did. I think Queen would have did a song like this. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
I'm like it sounded like they were inspired by like the early stuff that Queen was doing at that time. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. I definitely can see like the Queen reference there too, like that kind of stadium appeal to it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
Alrighty. Next track, Love Me. This is actually one of my two favorite tracks off this album. You know what I'm saying? Very, very sensual, slow ballad. You know it's crazy. A lot of those 70s R&B songs definitely had that like harp piano combination. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Like you know what I'm getting at. You know what I'm saying? Like that Curtis Mayfield song, "Nothing on Me," cocaine song from the Superfly soundtrack. How he
Right.
began, like a lot of the '70s R&B songs definitely had that kind of feel to it. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, this one again was a very nice song. Barry and Robin wrote this track while Robin sang lead on this one too. You know what I'm saying? I think they almost did not put this track on the album from what I looked
Really?
up, but
Wow.
yeah, yeah, I was like,
They would have
yo,
made a mistake if they didn't do that.
I agree. And it's also crazy too because Yvonne Elliman, you know what I'm saying, she covered this track the same year. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this is pretty interesting.
This is my favorite ballad on here. Um, it was real soulful. The pianos and the strings, the bass line, the beat, everything came together. The way that Barry's singing it and the chorus, love me just a little bit longer. I love that chorus. Like he has a way of bringing the listener in when he does these type of songs, and it's not sappy, and you know what I'm saying, and like his voice, you can hear like the heartache and the pain in his voice when he's talking about like a breakup song or a romantic song. He just had that voice that just sucks the listener in. And I thought it was a great ballad.
Yes, I definitely agree with you about that, and that's a testament. That's a testament of great singing, and they just want the listener to feel that.
Yeah.
So I definitely understand your point about that shit. Next track, Subway. This is another track that I definitely regard as one of my favorites off this album. It definitely has going out in the subway kind of feel to it. You know what what this song reminds me of?
Mhm.
That show Rhoda, when Rhoda was in the subway in that bridal dress when she was about to get married and shit like that. I don't know. It just reminds me of that shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I love the horns on this track too. The horns gives it a more glossier feel to it.
Right.
Definitely one of my other favorite tracks off this album.
Well, the subways back then in the 70s, especially in New York City, they were more dirtier. You had graffiti all over the
Yeah,
stations and the trains, and the city ended up getting rid of a lot of those trains and making and actually like sinking them in the water in the ocean and making like natural coral reefs out of them. So it's not like how it is now. Like now, the subways are nothing like how they was in the 70s and 80s. But I could understand why people would get that type of feeling for this song, and it had a nice beat. You know what I'm saying? The beat was nice, and it was a nice album cut.
yeah, definitely a nice beat. Alrighty, next track we got is "The Way It Was." Um, this was an okay track right here. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it was sandwiched in between two other great songs, which I'm gonna get to the other song in a minute.
I
But
agree.
not a not a bad track. I feel like it should have been placed a little bit earlier
Yeah,
on the album. I'll probably switch this with maybe "Lovers" if you ask me.
yeah, I agree. It's a good song, but I think maybe like in the track listing order, the way it was sequenced, it should have been higher. Like it should have been like track
Right.
3 or track 4 or something like that. But it's a good
Yeah.
song though.
Yeah, it's a very good song. And then finally we have the title track "Shooting Up the Corn." Excuse me, "Shooting Up the World." Excuse me.
Asking every
Yes.
question why. I love that. I love that. Just the way that Barry Gibbs sings his vocals is just crazy.
Yes, I know they're very good. And then you also had the backing vocals too from Robin and Maurice. Just adds a
Right.
special touch to the song too. Um, "Children of the Out." To be honest, though, I was trying to ask myself, what does he mean by "children of the world"? But um, you know, I guess it just means like they're still learning, and like life is still like a learning plot, I guess. But
Right.
that's just my biggest guess.
hmm Yeah, it's like a one of those songs that you a reflection type of song. You know what I'm saying? Like it was inspirational, and
Right.
and at that time, like if you're reflecting on you know your inner self and asking questions about life and why does certain things happen? Why is it certain things the way that it is? And I loved it. I thought it was like the instrumentation on it was well produced, and again, Barry Gibbs vocals are phenomenal and a great way to end the album.
Yeah, very great way to end off the album. Alrighty. Overall, this is a very great album. I can't believe it's actually the first time I'm actually hearing this album. You know what I'm saying? The instrumentation, like this was pretty much them finally settling in what I call their second incarceration of
Right,
the beach. Because when they originally came out, they were definitely on that British Baroque pop, that singer songwriter kind of feel to it, but
right,
they really started transitioning to like the R&B and soul, and I feel like they did it best. You know what I'm
mhm,
saying? Well, I'm not gonna say they did it the best though, because compared to some of the other people that we've talked about in the past and
right.
shit too, but yeah, this one is highly recommend. Like I said, next to Saturday Night Fever, I might like this album a bit more than Saturday Night Fever soundtrack. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
I want to hear the one after. I think the one from 1979.
Right.
I think it's called Too Much Heaven or some shit like that.
Okay. Okay. That wasn't the spirits flying within joint.
I think so. Hold on.
That one I
Let me
have
double
also on vinyl. The
check.
spirits flying. I have that one.
Well, you just have all the albums on vinyl and shit.
I don't got all of them, but my mom was a big Bee Gees fan, and then I grew up listening to those albums,
Right.
and then of course watching the movie. So it was like I already knew who they was, and this is at a time when like kids my age at that back then they wasn't listening to the Bee Gees. They didn't know who the fuck they was. They look at me like I'm crazy. Like, you listen to the Bee Gees, really? Or they didn't know who they was. But I mean, they made great music.
You're right.
79. That was Spirits having flown. That was after. And one of the
Right.
songs on that album, I believe it's the Honey Joint. That was sampled by Jay-Z and R. Kelly for Best of Both Worlds.
We do have to talk about that album this month. Oh god.
Hey, you wanted to talk about it. I mean, I like
Well,
the album.
I know I want to talk about it, but still, I'm not. That doesn't mean I'm gonna be nice about it. But who knows? Maybe it'll grow on me. I'll give it a chance. Who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna give this album 5 out of 5.
I think it's a well produced album, and they were already like huge. They blew up for with the soundtrack, and they were in the zone right now. They couldn't miss. They had some huge hits off this record. You Should Be Dancing. You Stepped Into My Life, classic. Children of the World. I love that title track. Love So Right. I think it was well produced. Barry Gibbs, phenomenal voice. I'm gonna definitely give it 5 mics because, like I said, like with this album and with the Saturday Night Fever soundtrack, it's my favorite 2 Bee Gees albums. So I definitely think it's a great album. Highly underrated. I don't hear a lot of the fans talk about this album. It's all about the soundtrack with them.
Yeah.
But they got some other bangers, after the soundtrack, and this is definitely like their best album after the soundtrack. So definitely 5 mics.
5 mic indeed. Yeah, I'm actually about to end off this video right here because I gotta handle some shit, But like I said, I just got my schedule and I'm off on Sunday, so I'm gonna straighten out everything. I think the Shalimar review, I might do that a bit early. I'll let you know about that by tonight.
Right.
But like I said before, we got hip hop is gonna come back strong next week. Got some shit from the east, some shit from the west, some shit from the south. You know what I'm saying?
All around,
Nigga,
universal. Even some shit from out of the country.
Right, nigga. What you mean?
Yeah.
And it's all gonna be artists.
Remember, the hottest rap star right now is Drake, and he's not from this country. I want people to remember that when he start talking this whole East Coast, West Coast, down south bullshit. The hottest artist in hip hop is from another country right now. He ain't even from this country. And he opened the doors in Toronto for a whole slew of artists to come out on their own. So
for better or for worse.
Exactly. It's no longer about East and West no more. It's global now.
Yes. And I'm definitely gonna drop the Swarm review sometime tomorrow too.
That was good.
Yeah, that was a very good shit. I like that review.
Yeah, that was good.
Yes. And then also the week after next too, I'm also gonna talk about Jean Grey. I'm gonna do her discography breakdown and shit. So yeah. Hip hop is coming back strong. What you mean? But other than that, Troy, I will see you later.
All right.
I will hit you up a little later tonight. Hope everyone has a good night. Peace.